Get the mic out of his hand. This could be a problem without a mic, not on a stand. I like to talk with my hands, so bear with me here. So, there are a number of people of whom I want to thank. Gary was one of them, but it makes me rethink that I should have done a lot more business at Roy's Sports Shop with Chiefs. First, thank you to Gary Young. I appreciate the ideas that I bounced off him when he owned Young's Primetime Sports and I was coaching. I'm forever grateful for his generosity. Our budget back then at the end of the year was zero. He basically donated baseballs, uniforms, and equipment to us. So I am forever grateful for you, Gary. So thank you. Second, congratulations to Tom and Blake and the others that are in the Hall of Fame that are here tonight. And especially, I'm very blessed, Rusty Remmers, who I was able to coach. So congratulations to everyone there. Third, thank you to all the people that support baseball that are here tonight. None of this happens without you, and obviously my foundation, my family, and some over there too, so thank you. Fourth, thank you to the Watertown Baseball Association, the president, Rich Remmers. Relentless amount of time you spend taking the phone calls. Nice job, Rich. And last Brian, all the passion, time just for putting on an event like this and everything you do for Watertown baseball. But sincerely, the passion for the betterment of Watertown baseball. So, thank you. All right, tonight I'm going to build off of one of my favorite quotes from Hank Aaron. Okay? When the time comes, only three things matter: being prepared, seizing the moment, and having the courage to take your best swing. So being prepared. As a player, it starts with a foundation, and that's our parents. From buying that first glove, to the time spent playing catch, to the unselfishness that you provide. To take late nights getting fields ready to go, and lastly, sweeping up the stadium with that broom after a long doubleheader. Players, being prepared takes commitment and sacrifice. From getting your first glove, to practices, batting cages, weight room, to juggling multiple sports. Not specializing in one sport, being a multiple sport athlete. It takes time and commitment. What a journey, but a journey when we are done to reflect, you would do it all over again. Just like parents and players, I had a lot of help and preparation along the way. Let's start with the paid coaches. Mitch Johnson. I was very fortunate to coach underneath him and learn a ton in 1 year's time. Todd Judding, and lastly, Rich Remmers and Brian Barger. So many personalities that you complimented, so thank you. Rich and Brian, we could not have had the run in 97, 98 without your support. The non-paid coaches, Monty Wade. I used to have Monty come in and talk to our teams last practice before regionals. Such great insights. Dale McElhaney. Where is Dale? So Dale showed up after a practice with his son Billy when he played. He got out of his car, and if you know Dale, nothing's quiet. He said, "Jeff, get in my car." And I go, here we go. Long weekend of doubleheaders, Monday morning practice, and this parent's telling me to get in his car. Not a really good recipe that I want to take advantage of. And he said, "Hey, you're going to get home late tonight. We're going to go to the College World Series." So he takes me to the College World Series. It's the first experience I had then. What an unbelievable trip. On the way home, I'm thinking, how can I pass this along to our players? So for graduation, from then on out, the seniors I took to the College World Series. It's something that I will always remember and cherish from those players and their experiences. So thanks, Dale, for that. Of course, to the free, unsolicited coaching that I got from the parents. And lastly, it was the umpires. You know, we had three main umpires, the legendary Gene Sapir, the late Jim Harrington, and Brad Gower. If Brad was here tonight, I'd had a couple of jokes, but that's okay. He's not here. The second part of the quote, seizing the moment. Everything we've learned from being prepared has led us to seize the moment. The teams that should be flashing across the screens, but aren't, but that's okay. I know. Think about the opportunities you get to seize the moment. That 3-2 pitch, that runner in scoring position. Think about all the opportunities you get to seize the moment, to making that play to one play at a time. There are so many teams and players that seized the moment when I coached, but 1997 stands out with so many lessons from Hank Aaron's quote. So here we go, memory lane, 1997. In May, we use it as spring training. We're 5-5 at the end of May. I remember in Sioux Falls, we go down to right field. We talk about May, we talk about June, we talk about the upcoming July. And I said, does anyone have anything to say? And one of our inspirational leaders that year, Billy McElhaney, goes, yes. Coach, we're too good to be 5-5 right now. Let's not lose another game the rest of the year. I'm like, whoa. That's a pretty lofty goal, Billy. Okay? But little did I know, that was that team's attitude. We finished up 48-16 that year. Let's fast forward to regionals. There were 3 teams in that region that had 40-plus wins. Think about that. 3 teams with 40-plus wins. We win regionals. They seized the moment. We open up with Howard in the state tournament. They were the Class B champ. Brian, Rich, and I sat down before the tournament and said, how can we win this? Well, traditionally, what do you do when you set a pitching rotation up for a state tournament? You pitch your number 1, the first game, number 2, second game, 3, so forth, right? We're like, we're going to have to match this up a little bit. So we pitch and hold off, start our 1 and 2, which was Jason Adams and Rusty Remmers, to the later games. You got to remember that year, 7 out of the 8 teams could win this tournament. Arguably, probably one of the lowest state tournaments that has been. Okay? We play Howard the first game, we get beat. Great plan I got going here. But it's double elimination, right? So I am ready to abort. I go back to the room, I talk to Rich, talk to Barger. Rich is like, stick with the plan, talk to the kids. So we go talk to the kids. They're like, no, we want to see this through. Stay with the plan. I was like, you guys sure? I looked Rusty in the eye and Jason Adams and go, you know that if we lose, you two may not get to pitch in this state tournament. All along, truth behold, I'm thinking of our quiet sports writer and my friend, Roger Marion. And you know what I'm seeing in the headlines? Here it is, and I'm not too far off. The PO is going to read something like this. First year and his last year, Jeff Planteen gets beat out of the state tournament without pitching his top 2 pitchers. These kids wanted to win it, so we stuck with the plan. We pitched Chad Struckman the next game. We pitched Dan Feldheim. Quick story on Dan Feldheim. Shows how much I know. I encouraged him, and I remember talking to Terry and Dan, saying, I feel you should play college baseball. And he turned out to be a pretty good South Coast State football player. So I guess you win some, miss some there. So we ended up playing Brookings in the semifinal game. We battle our way back. We are down 3 runs, the bottom of the 9th, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jimmy Jensen's up the bat. I don't know if any of you know Jimmy, but Jimmy never gets cheated when he's swinging. And he was reminded on that at bat, do not get cheated on this at bat. He hit a 2-strike home run that is still going today. I mean, it was a shot. We closed the gap. You could see the momentum turning, right? We string hit after hit after hit. Not only does it not go into extra innings, we beat them in the bottom of the ninth. Now, if you don't think that's seizing the moment of those kids, that was seizing the moment. By the way, Jimmy had 13 home runs that year. I was talking to Ryan about that last night. It's pretty spectacular, right? 13 home runs, that's a lot. But I don't know, he's not here tonight, I shouldn't have said that. So we wait 5 hours in the Pier Boys and Girls Club to play in the championship game against Sioux Falls East. We got Billy McElhaney ready to go on the mound. Remember, he's down there 1 or 2 right now, but he is their inspirational leader. We give up 4 in the first inning. We're down 4-0. Billy grinds the whole game out. The team grinds the whole game out. We close the gap to 5-4 in the 9th inning. Okay? We got runners on first and third. 1 out. Arguably our best athlete, Lucas Van Gilder, who ended up playing football at Augustana, at bat. Probably ran 4.6, somewhere in there for 40, pretty fast, obviously. He hits a shot up the middle. The pitcher reaches around his back, catches it, wheels to the shortstop, wheels to the first baseman. 1-6-3 double play. We lose. Up to the championship game. Think about that story. We seized the moment the whole way through. And the last part of the quote, they had the courage to take their best swing in that championship game. Now, I could go on and tell you story after story from the teams I've coached and name after name. I'm just going to give you a little taste of what's left here. In 1998, similar story. We ended up the year 45-15. Going into that year, we lost 6 starters. 6 starters going into that year. We ended up playing Rapid City Post 22. They were 70-11 that year. We beat them. We wanted to knock down that barrier, as Tom said earlier about Rapid City controlling things. We're not going to let them control. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to attack them. We're going to hit and run. We're going to make them move. Okay? We're going to make them play. And those kids execute the game plan. Truth be told, I guess, you know how you learn things post-coaching. The reason they did so well was in between games and we won. Some of the parents, I allowed them to go to Sturgis, so they thought that was pretty cool. So. I thought it was me coaching, but it was actually going to the rally. We ended up beating Rapid City, like I said. They were 70-11. They came back in the championship game and got us, but another second place finish that year. Rusty Remmers was named Legion Player of the Year that year. 1999, we rebuilt. 2000, we were back 35-19, back to the state tournament. 2001 and 2002, Ryan Neal was part of. We were talking about those teams. We might not have had the win-loss record those 2 years, but he did remind me, and it goes with Hank Aaron's quote, right? Is they battle. Both regional games in the 9th inning, we had the lead, right, Ryan? We got beat in the 9th inning in both regional championship games. So I can look back and say, you know what? These kids gave it all in between the lines. Ryan Heiser's here tonight. I just got to share a little story about Ryan Heiser. He was a left-handed pitcher. He started a game for me. I said, Ryan, come out with me to the mound. It was 7th inning. He goes, what? I just pitched. I go, I know. Ryan made the comment earlier about statistics. I might have not turned very accurate ones in at times, which is true. And maybe a pitch count I didn't pay attention to too terribly much. But anyway, Ryan's looking, I can't throw. And I go, I know. Just come with me to the mound. They had a runner at first base. I said, pick this guy up. Boom. He's the only guy to record a win that I coach without throwing a pitch. We came back that bottom half the end and scored runs. Just a good story. All these teams and players, like I said, had the courage to take their best swing. I truly was blessed to coach all these players, and at the core, it's what matters the most to me is the teams. It was not all about the wins and losses. It's about how hard they played between the lines. And most importantly, the friendships from parents to the players today. Just a quote by Hank Aaron that has taught me so much in life. When that time comes, only three things matter: being prepared, seizing the moment, and having the courage to take your best swing. I got a whole other book, but I'm just getting started. I'm going to say this. That was my close. It was a real good hard close. I do want to take the time to say thank you to my family at this table. Obviously my wife and daughter, Christina and Maylene. I want to thank my sister Pam for coming and my older brother David. And I probably haven't said this enough over the years. My older brother David, I'm 7 years younger than he is. I know I look a lot younger, but 7. I just appreciate all the years he let me tag along, throw baseballs to me, and let me hang out. So thank you, David. Thanks for taking the time. He farms up in the Langford area, and I'm blessed that they got a little rain, so he stopped the tractor, but thanks for taking the time. That's all. Thank you. And Gary, thanks, buddy.